Alvarez apparently staked out Mario's home and then assaulted him.
Obviously we're here because you got yourself in a little bit of a pickle. We got complaints of you selling mushrooms, weed, just stuff to not only people coming in and out of the store, but also the juveniles. Okay? Does any of this?
So as you guys heard, we about to get into this crazy video of a guy selling drugs to all type of folks, even underage people. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, it's just a review or reaction informational channel. We just gonna, you know what I'm saying, watch some videos and talk about them. And the informational part is what goes on in the world, what we all need to be educated on. And you know, any of these videos that we watch, you guys know information about it, let us know. But I don't like making my intros too long or talking too much, because you guys here to see what's going on. So you already know what we're gonna do on here. Let's get it.
Okay. Does any of this ring a bell at all?
No.
You don't sell anything?
Mm-mm.
Nothing at all?
No.
You had a black bag with you today.
Yes.
Is that your back bag?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what was inside of it?
Yeah.
What was inside of it?
Keys. There were mushrooms inside the bag.
Now, what if I told you that we've been buying from you for a bit? Does any of this ring a bell? Like you've been selling, we've seen you, we've dealt with you.
Okay.
Do you want me to elaborate, like refresh your mind a little?
If you want.
It's a little blurry. That's you in the store.
Mm-hmm.
That's you during a deal that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We know for a fact you deal.
Okay.
So do you do it to like help yourself with extra money, financially, or help people out, or what's the deal?
Partially for the money, but at the same time, mushrooms for a lot of people are medicine, and they help a lot of people with a lot of issues. So I don't really need too much money. So
How much would you get that for that you could sell it for 160?
how much would I get that for?
Mm-hmm.
Not much.
What's that much?
50, 60.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're making like $100 profit. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
How long have you been working at Zoomies?
A year in November.
How long have you been selling out of the store?
A month or two.
So the whole reason this started is because kids are getting it, man.
I mean, like I said, I don't ID, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had anyone tell you that they've had a really bad trip or anything off the stuff you gave them?
No.
Never. So you don't want to say where the rest of it is?
I'd rather not.
Okay. I mean, you have a right to say no. I just want to make sure that it's not laying around where someone can get to it or try it or kid or anything like that.
Nope.
You plans to ever do this again?
To sell and stuff like that?
Yeah.
After, if I get out of this, no, this is my...
Like you said, unfortunately, the most unfortunate part about this is that we were getting complaints that kids were getting hold of this and that kids were buying it.
I mean, they're all seem to be adults to me. That's why I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Especially the mushrooms. I do not give mushrooms to children.
Like I said, we're not saying you specifically went out and saw it.
No, I understand. Listen,
It's just
I
the unfortunate.
I did this. I fully understand the ramifications of my choices. I get it. However, if I could say one thing, I always made sure that mushrooms never went to kids.
Of course. Of course.
Well, they caught up to him. And I wonder how much time he got for that. Just because, you know, they saying he had sold to underage people, and he said they all looked like whatever. But you was IDing people, you was IDing folks. And that just doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, I do this, I do that. But then they did say they know he do it, so he couldn't lie about it. I think they might have set up somebody and did the sting or something to set him up. Because they knew a little bit too much information. And then on Snapchat, he was setting up deals and stuff. So knowing how Snapchat worked, I wonder how was he able to set up a deal through Snapchat. That's just kind of crazy. But anyway, don't sell mushrooms. And if you do decide to do that, make sure you check for an ID.
This story out of San Diego is horrifying, and we have to warn you, the details may be upsetting. This is 33-year-old Jesse Alvarez, who prosecutors say refused to move on from his ex-girlfriend, Amy Gambara, after their breakup in 2019. His obsession took a dark turn when he discovered through a Facebook post that Amy was engaged to Mario Fierro, a beloved high school teacher. Alvarez apparently staked out Mario's home and then assaulted him. In the confrontation, Alvarez shot Mario 6 times, including 4 times in the head. This happened back in 2021, but Alvarez has been on trial, where damning evidence sent his defense up in flames. He claimed that the whole thing was self-defense, that he had confronted Mario, but Mario punched him first. But Computer records showed that in the days before the attack, Alvarez literally Googled how to kill your ex's fiance and in California, can you shoot someone trying to rob you? He then apparently took shooting lessons. You can't make this shit up. Amy had tried to distance herself from Alvarez and even attempted to get a restraining order. She was denied because Alvarez, quote, promised to leave her alone. On average, every minute, 20 people are abused by an intimate partner in the United States. And because there are so many f***ing guns in this country, thanks to billion-dollar corporations that have convinced people they're needed for self-defense, it's worth pointing this out. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence says the presence of a gun in a domestic violence situation increases the risk of homicide by 500%. Alvarez says his searches were sick fantasies, but the jury didn't buy it. Just last week, they convicted him of first-degree murder. He's now facing life in prison without the possibility of parole. If you are in a situation where you think you're being abused by an intimate partner, know that there's help available. Call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. You don't have to go through this alone.
I hope that sick lunatic get everything that he deserved, and yes, he will be convicted. Unless some crazy fluke stuff happen, because what's right is right, and this dude did everything wrong. I mean, even his path and how he was moving showed that, you know what I'm saying, he's the one. At the same time, women go through this type of stuff every day, just like men go through it as well. But we always see it more common in a male attacking a female situation. I myself had a sister who, was a victim to domestic violence. So y'all people out there that's going through it, hey, them good people over at Notice News told y'all the number to call and get help. And y'all got to spread this information out to anybody y'all feel is going through some or in this type of situation, because violence is not love. You know what I'm saying? That's just hate and destruction. And nobody deserves to be in that type of relationship or situationship or whatever ship you want to call it. It's damn sure it's not love. Get some help.